Hello everyone, this is your boy Major Avoidance with a massive scoop. My massive scoop happens to be my top 10 Neutral Milk Hotel list. This will be my first talking video that I've ever done, so, hopefully I'm not annoying as fuck. Probably am, but that's okay. But anyways, my only videos I posted on this channel have been shorts, and those are cool, I guess, right? Covers. I'm okay at singing or whatever, but I feel like it would be better if I could connect with the audience a little bit, talk to you guys about whatever. I think I kind of have a likable personality, maybe. We'll find out. I mean, I have at least a couple friends, but I like Neutral Milk Hotel, so, do I actually have any friends? Or am I just a lonely loser on the internet, man? But it doesn't matter. So I am going to open up my notes app so I could look at my top 10 list. Okay? Because, obviously I'm kind of a fan. I actually used to know like 90% of their songs on guitar. Obviously I've forgotten most of them at this point because I don't play them all the time. But, I had a very distinct, I had a very distinct, phase. I wouldn't call it a phase because I still like all this music, but I was obsessed with Bright Eyes, the Microphones, and Neutral Milk Hotel, all 2022, 2023-ish, just absolutely obsessed. And I annoyed my girlfriend at the time, being like, oh my god, please, can we listen to something else? And I said, no, I'm sad, and we need to be sad all the time. And, that didn't work. That relationship didn't work out. I wonder why, Anyways, so I'm going to start off with number 10, which is off of their first record, right? On Avery Island. It's actually the opening track. It's called Songs Against Sex. No wonder why I like it. I'm a big old virgin, dude. I've never even seen a woman. So that's why I like this song so much. But actually, why do I like this song so much? I don't know. I just feel like with Neutral Milk Hotel, I mean, this is just a classic case of because I feel like I kind of see them as Nirvana, which is another one of my favorite bands, where their imagery is super awesome, very dreamlike, just the way that they string words together. It's very imaginative, and it doesn't make any literal sense, but that kind of resembles a dream, right? Where in your dream things don't make literal sense, but they make sense to you, the imagery, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. I feel like this is kind of an underrated song. I actually really like this song. Yeah. And it's just really fun to play on guitar. I feel like I know how to play all these songs on guitar because they're super easy. But that's part of the thing that makes it cool. Because, there's tons of, songwriters out there that make songs that are, super complex and hard to play. But I feel like it's really cool to make a really good song with some simple-ass chords, because, you're not reinventing the wheel, but you're just using the formula that everyone uses, and you're making it sound pretty good, which is actually harder than you think it is. Not that I'm even a good songwriter, but I've written a lot of songs, and it is really hard to write even one good song. In my opinion, you have to write 100 bad songs to write one good song. So, the fact that, this guy, Jeff Mangum or whatever, has written so many good songs is crazy. It's absolutely insane. How did he do it? Anyways, number 9 is, I think this might be a controversial pick, Communist Daughter. I like this song. I think it's really good. I like the ambient, airplane sounding intro or whatever. I really like it. But it is kind of an understated song, right? He's not really going too crazy with the vocal range, but I feel like that's what makes it kind of appealing. And I like the imagery, I don't know why he name drops semen so much. I feel like there's at least a couple name drops of semen on this album. That's a little strange, but you know what? It's still a good song. It gets some negative points for the semen line, but it's okay. I just don't want to think about semen when I'm listening to music, I don't know if that's just me, but the song's so good, and his voice is so good, imagery is so dreamlike and good, we're just going to let it slide. Moving on to number 8, which would be Naomi, which is actually a really kick-ass song. I love the chord progression at the beginning, and I feel like I've tried to write songs with a similar chord progression, and it's just never worked. But that boom, 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 it's awesome. That's like my favorite part of the song. The middle verses and stuff are also still pretty good, but I think that the main crux of the song is that ding 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 brown brown, and then like his like understated vocal delivery there. Your prettiness. That was like John Lennon singing it. But yeah, really good, really fucking good. Because I don't know, this is like a standout track off their first record, which I feel like is a little underrated. There's definitely some really good tracks off of here, but as you see as we go on throughout the list, that I do actually favor In the Airplane. I'm a basic bitch, dude. But I mean, it's just because it's objectively better, guys. Come on. It's just because, you can see that he matured as a songwriter, and, the imagery got clearer and whatever. You get me. Anyways, number 7, another pick off on Avery. We got Where You'll Find Me Now. This is actually one of my favorite tracks, like completely. Maybe I should have put this in the top 5, but there's so many tracks up in the airplane I love that I can't, you know what I'm saying? I kind of want to put this song together with Baby Pre, because they literally have the same chord progression and vocal melody, and I used to like play them together, when I did live shows at my house, because they're so like whatever, but super fun song to play, super simple chord progression, as you'll come to find with all of these, but like it sounds like, I don't know, it's just awesome. It's just an awesome song with great melody and, really cool imagery. I feel like when you listen to Neutral Milk Hotel songs, kind of reminds you of like when you're opening up like a good old rusty book, which I don't know how a book rusts, it's not made of metal. I meant to say dusty. A dusty book, right? And then you're like blowing off the dust and you're like, man, this is a story that has been told a million times, but god damn it, do I like this story. And I feel like Where You'll Find Me Now is kind of just, I don't know. It's just a good song. I don't even know how to explain. I just feel like Jeff Mangum, he's really good at songwriting and imagery and making simple chord progressions sound really profound. I mean, this song is basically just C and F the whole time, and then like E and F on the chorus, but it's like still so good, and I don't even know how, Okay, number 6, we got Gardenhead Leave Me Alone, which is another friggin' awesome song that has a really simple chord progression. But it's just so awesome, especially the part where he's like, I used to relate to this part so much, bro, because when you're mad at somebody and they did something, and you're like, this isn't the first time, in fact, this is twice in a row, you're like, bro, I relate to that shit, bro. People fuck you over twice in a row, and you're like, what the hell? What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know, dude. Just that line alone gets this song the number 6 spot, because it is profound. It is a profound song. And the guy from Car Seat Headrest covered it. Come on. Will Toledo. I mean, that has to mean it's good. Not necessarily, but that has to mean it's good, right? Okay, anyways. Moving on to number 5. Engine. Now, this song is technically like a Jeff Mangum solo thing, I think, because there's no like actual studio recording of it. There's like multiple live recordings with the Singing Saw, I believe it's called. But man, do I love this fucking song, and I'm gonna count it as a Neutral Milk Hotel song because it's my list, and y'all can, la verga way. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that was cringe as fuck. But anyways, so yeah, I really love this song. This used to be one of my favorite ones to cover. And strangely, this song, it sounds pretty simple, but the strumming pattern, I remember it was kind of hard to, strum this song and sing at the same time. That ding, 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 ding. This song, I remember, I've, listened to the song a million times, so at least the live version that I've listened to on Spotify, there's a clip at the beginning talking about it being about a breakup. I have no idea how any of these lyrics relate to a breakup, but goddamn it, is it beautiful, and especially the part about a tiger. I like that part about the tiger, dude. And I actually did do, when I was in my baby phase of being a musician, I did do a studio cover of the song. Studio, aka being my garage, with the free digital audio workstation known as the Glorious Audacity. And wow, did it end up sounding like shit. But, you know, my friend thought it was cool enough to like put it to their video with their boyfriend. So I thought that was cool. I think this is a fucking beautiful song with a great chord progression and great imagery. Man, it's almost like I'm saying the same thing for every song. These songs are all just so damn good. Like simple chord progression, great imagery, great songwriter, great voice. You know, obviously his voice could be an acquired taste to some people, but damn, bro, his shit is hard to sing. I feel like Two-Headed Boy, that song is so hard to sing, but we will get to that song later. Number 4, I'm doing King of Carrot Flowers Part 1, 2, and 3, because they're basically one song. It's my list, you know, so they're going to take up the number 4 spot. Damn, dude, this song is so good. I mean, like, obviously both of them individually are super good, but I just love, like, especially on King of Carrot Flowers Part 2 and 3, like, all the crazy weird sounds that they put to make it sound like you're on some psychedelic fucking folk trip and all that stuff. And I remember, like, when I first heard it, since I was, like, edgy atheist in high school, I was like, oh, I love Jesus Christ, gay. But now I'm kind of like, you know what? Jesus Christ is pretty cool. Not that I'm necessarily, like, a super big believer or something, but, like, the things that he stands for, pretty awesome. So I feel like, you know what? I kind of like that part. I like the whole thing. I like when Neutral Milk Hotel goes punk, you know, kind of, when they have like the you know, the not droning, you know, like the driving guitars and like fast drums. Like that's one of the songs where they give you what you want, kind of, and I think it's awesome. Up and down where we go. Yeah, like, and I like that he sounds kind of like manic and you're on this like crazy adventure. Like, I mean, I do agree that this album, I'm agreeing with everyone. I do agree this album has a beautiful flow, right? Where every song leads into the next, like, perfectly. And, like, King and Carrot Flowers Part 1 and Part 2 and Part 3 are absolutely a great example of this. And they just flow together so well. I love it. I think it's fucking amazing. And it really, like, puts you in the type of, like, it's gearing you up for, like, this is the exciting beginning. Let's say it's like the crazy opening, you know, like a lot of movies start with a very exciting opening action scene. I kind of see King of Carrot Flowers Part 2 and 3 is like that exciting opening action scene to get you into the horrible sadness that we'll get into very soon. Starting with my number 3 pick, Two-Headed Boy, which is actually really interesting because I remember when I was first listening to this album, I was like, why do people like this song? Because I don't know. It was definitely one of those things that had to grow on me, but like, man, has it become one of my favorite tracks, like after listening to it over and over and over again throughout the years. And I love that, you know, I feel like Jeff Mangum has said this before, that like, there's so many lyrics on this that like you could just interpret for yourself and it means something to you. And I feel like when I was going through like my huge breakup during that time, there's so many lines off this song that would bring me to fucking tears when I would say them. Like the part, I will take you and leave you alone. And I really like that he says a instead of, you know, we all say alone, alone. I just like it adds so much flavor to it, and also like emphasizes it, like the loneliness of it, you know, because I feel like, you know, sometimes in relationship situations you feel like, man, the right thing to do is just to leave you alone so this whole thing could just go away. But, you know, it hurts to leave someone alone because you love them or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, this song's fucking awesome, and you just all the parts of it are really good. And it's crazy, like, you think about it, like, throughout Neutral Milk Hotel's like music, they don't like repeat choruses, repeat lyrics. It's a lot of repeated melodies, but like this guy just has like stream of consciousness lyrics that just go on and on and on and on, and it's fucking awesome. I eat up all of it, dude. Except for like, you know, like mentioning semen sometimes. I feel like it's all great stuff, and I think it's awesome, you know. And I feel like I was very inspired to take some psychedelics after listening to this album a lot, because, man, you know, the rumors that he took psychedelics and read Anne Frank's diary, whatever. You don't need to get into the lore. I feel like it's not as important of where it comes from. It's more just like the product and like what you can interpret and what it means to you. And I feel like this song means a lot to me, and I don't know why, but it's awesome. It is fucking awesome. And then number 2, not to be a basic bit, but, you know, I put in the airplane over the sea because it's just a fucking awesome song, dude. One of the greatest songs ever written. Come on. You know, I know everyone's going to be like, why isn't Oh Calmly on this list? We all know why it's not on this list. It's a good song, but come on. All these songs are more appealing, you know. But anyways, yeah, dude, the song is obviously amazing. And, like, the use of the singing saw or whatever is on it is really cool. It sounds like an alien spaceship. At least to me, when I first listened to it, I was like, this sounds like an alien spaceship, like, flying over my head, but at the same time, like, a folk singer is, like, on top of it and singing to me. And it's fucking beautiful. And there's just so many lines in this song that are just iconic and classic. How beautiful it is to, I know how strange it is to be anything at all. Because I just relate to that, dude. It's super strange to be someone talking, or what's the point of doing anything? It's just really strange to be alive. It's really fucking strange. I relate to that lyric a lot. I feel like I really relate to, what's the lyric? But for now, we are young. Let us lay in the sun. I feel like, I mean, it's so simple, but it's so, like, real, bro. We're young. Let's just live our lives and not worry so fucking much, man. And just look at the beauty of the world. I think that's probably part of what the song means to me, right? Just, like, taking in the world as it is and seeing the beauty in it. And also acknowledging how strange it is to live in this world, you know? It sucks sometimes. I'll be real. This shit sucks sometimes. But, man, is this shit kind of awesome at the same time? But this song hits in almost every way possible. And this is just a personal anecdote. This song is the first time I ever played a cover for somebody, and they were like, wow, that was beautiful, Gabe. I'm like, damn, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for writing this song, Jeff. People think that I'm beautiful, that my singing is beautiful because you wrote this fucking song, man. So thanks, Jeff. Also, another bass Jeff take. I remember, you know, when it was the 2016 election, rough year and rough time ever since then. Don't want to get into it, but I remember that Jeff Mangum came out and was like, hey guys, because he came out of his slumber, because he's like a, you know, like a dormant mountain man now, whatever the hell he's doing. He was like, hey guys, support Bernie. That's based as fuck. But anyways, this song is amazing. We all know it. You know, some people are gonna say like, oh, you know, why'd you put it at number 2? Because it's awesome. And I'm tired of pretending it's not awesome. Well, I never did. I feel like there was a point where, like, I listened to Neutral Milk Hotel so much that I had to, like, take a break from them for, like, maybe 2 or 3 years, because I just absolutely played them out. Like, this, being tired of the song was part of it. But, you know, this is still an amazing song, in my opinion, one of the best songs ever written, with this super simple chord progression. I said chord. It's not a real word. But yeah, it's fucking awesome. I love this song. Anyways, moving on to number 1. Two-Headed Boy Part 2, which is actually, could be, like, my favorite song of all time, or, like, at least in my top 5 favorite songs of all time. God damn it, it's a song so fucking good, and also, like, it's such a good callback to Two-Headed Boy Part 2, which is, like, another one of my favorite songs of all time. But God, this is such a beautiful song that I just love, and I have to mention another lyric that just takes me to that emotional place you don't want to go, because you might fucking cry. But I love the part where he says, don't you take this A away. And this is another part where he switches ah and A to put more emphasis on the line, like the more emotion. Or, I mean, that's what it means to me. Like, don't you take this A away. Like, I'm still wanting my face on your cheek. Like, it just feels like, I don't know, that song is like a beautiful moment that you don't want someone to take away. And also, it's like a solemn goodbye. Because in a way, this is kind of like the last Neutral Milk Hotel song there ever was. You know, I'm sure there's some random BS that never got formally released. But I'm saying, like, this is the last Neutral Milk Hotel song there ever was. And, like, there's just, like, a sadness to it. It's like a solemn goodbye. And it's also the closing track, right? But, man, this is one of my favorite fucking songs of all time. And I love, like, how it is incorporated with Two-Headed Boy, you know, Part 1. The Part 2, I love at the end, it calls back to the chord progression of Two-Headed Boy, the original, and it's just like a full storybook ending. It feels like King Carrot Flowers Part 1 is like you open up a book, and then this is like, Two-Headed Boy Part 2 is like you're closing the book, tears in your eyes, like, damn, dude, that was a fucking good book. It's like Tolkien wrote that book, dude, even though I've never read any of the, whatever, Lord of the Rings stuff. But, you know, Tolkien's good, so I'm appealing to that as a good thing. Yeah, it's like, it's amazing, dude. I feel like this whole album is like a book that changed your life, right? But this is an album that changed my life. This whole album, and obviously on Avery Island too, to a certain extent, have like totally changed my life in a way that I can't explain. And I'm really thankful that this guy wrote this shit, and the other people in the band too. But obviously, you know, he's the main contributor or whatever. But man, dude, this shit changed my life. Like, I started writing a lot more songs after this and thinking like, I could do this musician shit. You know, this guy's writing songs with just G, E minor, C, and D, man. I could do that. That's easy. And did I write good songs? No, not for a really long time. Even debatably now, my songs I write aren't even that good. But god damn it, dude, is this album good? And I'm so happy that it exists. And it's just a blessing, bro. But that's my number one pick. Thank you guys so much for watching Major Avoidance. You know, this is just like my thoughts on the band kind of in general as well. But man, I know this wasn't as organized as it could have been. But whatever, man. It's fucking YouTube, bro. Just chill. We're just gonna chill. You know, so leave a comment of your top 10 or just your favorite Neutral Milk Hotel songs. And let me know if there's any other bands within this genre or whatever that you guys want me to cover a top 10. And if I like them enough, I will. I mean, some of my other favorite bands are like, obviously, Microphones, Bright Eyes as well. But the Beatles is another one of my favorite bands all the time. Nirvana. So those would be really fun to do, like, top 10s on them. And also just talk about, like, how I discovered them and, like, how, you know, they have affected me. I feel like when I was in high school, like, I was, like, really into being, like, I just want to know underground shit. Like, the Beatles, gay. Nirvana, gay. But no. I mean, you know, they're obviously a little gay. But awesome. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So, like, yeah, it's fucking awesome, you know? And I feel like it's okay to like stuff that's popular if it's good. You don't need to be a fucking hipster about everything, you know? And I'm just appreciating this stuff for how good it is. But anyways, yeah, Neutral Milk Hotel's awesome. Let me know if you guys thought of this list in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully I do this again soon.